I was what people call Tuesday.
Like me, I'm a see your throwback picture.
Oh, I have a lot. I have a lot. Yeah, I would say it's a lot. So it was easy to build from that. Seeing that first team, that first result is what really pushed me to continue. But another thing that I think helped was
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Fit with Physytek. You are here with me again, Gideon Jemfi, and today I have a very special friend here. I'll let him introduce himself.
Hi guys, so I'm Dr. Edward. I'm a dentist and I have about 5 years worth of training experience. So really, I wouldn't say it hasn't been difficult, it hasn't been easy either, but it's not really about the training itself, but everything surrounding it, how it fits into your lifestyle. And that's what we'll be talking about today. I think the topic today is about the January curse. I don't know if people know about that. So, I mean, the January curse, I'm sure how you started your fitness journey, did you end up in January thinking, new year, new me, I'm going to change, I'm going to be healthier, I'm going to eat better, I'll go to the gym and I'll get fit?
Personally, I had different goals as to my fitness. I wouldn't say January cares, but when I started, I was in the university, so it was more like a semester case. So when I go home, I usually don't train. I'm just idle and do everything. But when I come to campus, that's when I start training.
Well, actually, for me, that was the opposite because I actually was in school. I was slim. I was what people would call a toothpick.
You have, you have to see your throwback pictures.
Oh, I have a lot. I have a lot. Yeah, it was a lot. Yeah, so actually, someone just mentioned that I should train when I go home. We had just finished a really hard exams. Side note, Ken University, way too difficult. Please, ease up. But the exams were really difficult. We finished and they said, you should go home and train, gain some weight. And it was like, the very fact that someone mentioned it, I was like, why didn't I ever think of that? Because actually, I had always been thinking that I'm too slim. Why am I like this? I mean, I want to gain weight. Like, go to the gym. So it was rather during the break that I went to the gym. It wasn't during the semester. And I think I booked that course because it was like really interesting for me. When I first went, I puked.
Really?
Because oh my god, it was hard.
On the first day?
No, it was it wasn't legit. But it was like after I left, I was dizzy and everything. It was crazy. And that's what I mean by the January curse, by the way. People are too enthusiastic when they come to the gym for the first time. I mean, there's new equipment. Like, oh, what does this do? What does that do? They try everything. Then the next thing, they wake up in 2 days and they can't move their arms. Now they're like, think what I've heard a lot of people that started and stopped was that the gym was good, but the pain was what made them stop. So I think we should see about that, how we can help people break that curse. What do you think?
That's very true. I mean, with the January case, I also think it has to do with setting your goals. So when you go 2 times back to our episodes, we spoke about setting your goals, setting your fitness goals. I think it has to do a lot with people setting their goals because they don't usually set goals as to their fitness. They don't have a direct path as to what they want to achieve at the end of fitness. I mean, there is no end to fitness. It's a journey, it's a long journey, it's a lifetime journey. But they don't set realistic small goals that they have to achieve in sequentially. And then they end up just throwing themselves to the gym and then doing one or two. So then they are easily they easily get out of the gym due to one or two reasons. They see small habits as obstacles and then they stop going to the gym. Then they try to wait for the next season of fitness.
Yeah,
which
next
is
January.
Yes, which is January. Then they set their new goals for the year, which they always add fitness to their goals. And then once they start one or two, by January 10th, January 15th, they've fallen short. Have you realized anyone like that?
Yeah. I mean, I've personally trained some people like that. I have a little bit of training experience, about 2 or 3.
Okay.
And it's been a similar situation. It's like they start, then they are not seeing results as we are seeing. They want to go from being pole to running coma in 3 weeks. Impossible.
That's very unrealistic.
Even on steroids. And it's like, you don't have to go from being pole to running coma. You can go from 1 to 2. You can go from your base state to a little bit more muscular or a little bit slimmer.
Yeah.
Losing just 1 kg, 2 kg. I mean, like you said, it's a lifetime. If you are training for 5 years, 10 years, you are losing 2 to 3 kg every month. I mean, you will reach your goal before you even realize it.
Yeah.
And you can even exceed it by so much. I never thought I would look how I look right now. I mean,
Exactly.
I'm looking at how I look before, how I look now. It's crazy.
The things you're able to do.
Yes, the things I couldn't even lift the empty bar when I started. Now I'm lifting. If I'm lifting the empty bar, it feels too light for me now.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And it's like, really, the best thing, as you said, is about the consistency, the journey. If you are not able to go to the gym every week, back to back, or even if like in scenarios where something gets in the way and you can't return to the gym, that curse will always be there. Whether it's January, whether it's semester, whether it's vacation curse, it will keep coming back. It has to be something like you are incorporating it into your life, like you said. From now on, you are into fitness. It can be as simple as doing ab exercises in the morning. It can be as simple as going for a jog. It can be as simple as skipping.
Or even push-ups.
Exactly. If it's something that your body is accommodated to or adjusted to, you are doing it every now and then, you are fit actually.
Yeah.
You don't have to be able to run a marathon to say you are fit. Even 10 kilometers, I can't. Please.
Or lift 100 kg.
No. But people still look at me and say I'm fit because of how I'm training and the consistency with which I'm training. So you just have to, like I said, say your goal. What do I want to be? Do I want to be able to run a lot? Do I want to be able to lift heavy? Do I want to be able to look very good, whether in clothes, out of clothes? If that's what you want, then small steps. Do not go and vomit in the gym. It's crazy.
Did you hear him?
Don't go and vomit in the gym.
Don't go and
I regretted it. For the next few days, I couldn't lift my arms. I'm not the standard to follow because I like the pain. So whenever I'm training and I get that, I can't move my arms, I can't move my legs. I like that sensation. But that's not something that a lot of people like. So please don't chase that feeling. If you go for that, you might drop out. It's likely you drop out actually because for like 10, 15 people that I've talked to, that was one of the main reasons I dropped out. So January curse, you start in January. Please, I'll say 3 days a week is a good one.
Yeah.
You don't have to go every day. Some people start the gym and they go 6 days a week. No.
The body will be tired.
Very
worn out.
Very. And it won't even fit into your schedules. It will not. It will not. Another thing is people's work schedules. That's another reason why they end up dropping fitness. They pick up responsibilities. You came back No, you were in a. I don't know how yours was going because how are you in school and that was when you were rather able to do
Well,
the
I
thing?
will talk about the fact that um, the availability of equipment were there and the
Ah,
proximity also,
yeah.
because we had the equipment in the hall. That was in Commonwealth Hall. So
Oh,
we
okay.
had the equipment in the hall, and you can just walk in any time of the day, or even in the evening, midnight. You can just walk in and train. And when you get home, you have to walk distances to get to the gym. So
Yeah.
I was more turned off. But personally, I think I overcame that feeling when I had to sit myself back and talk to myself on the fact that when I train, I feel good, I look good, and I think it's healthy as well. But then when I get home, I don't get that sensation, that feeling of it. So I was basically training to feel good and then look good in clothing and all of those things.
Yeah.
But then when I come home, I don't get the same excitement, the same feeling. So I was like, no, I have to consider these and then train even when I'm home or when I'm at school or anywhere I find myself. I have to draw a plan to that. Yeah. But how did you overcome yours?
For me, it was from seeing results. So
Basically.
yeah, so after so in my case, I mean when they see my profile, they'll see what I mean. But I had almost nothing. So it was easy to build from that. And seeing that first game, that first result is what really pushed me to continue. But another thing that I think helped was finding people that are already on that journey and then following them and taking their advice. So, I mean, from YouTube, I would watch people who maybe not necessarily are my goal, but there are people that have been on the journey for 5, 10, 15 years. He can teach you how what exercises to do, what food to eat and to avoid, and then the training plan, the goal, like the plan that you drew up on how to get to where you're going. It's like you don't have to do this thing on your own. Doing a lot of things on your own most of the time leads to exhaustion, failure, because you get that initial high, that initial motivation, and yeah, you are very eager to do it. Every morning you wake up, you're ready. But then after a while, reality sets in, your honeymoon phase is gone. Now you have to deal with the actual training. You are no longer just lifting and it's giving you those happy moments.
Yeah.
Now you have to actually work. It's not easy.
Right.
It's not easy. You have to keep yourself motivated, but it doesn't have to be just you.
Yeah.
You can bring in other people. You
I
can.
think that's what mostly helped me on campus as well, because I had my roommate was also into fitness. I think that's one key point I omitted.
Yeah.
I didn't mention. I had a roommate who always called me to go to the gym, because he was training from home, and then when he comes to campus too, he will train. So if you don't keep yourself up there, you can't train with him when it comes to campus. So I think that's also pushed me a little bit to train myself from home. But I think the standoff point is where I realized I feel good and better when, yeah. So you have a very good point. Yeah. And then you said another thing, I think that one we'll discuss in our subsequent podcast on training from slim and then training from big. Yes.
There's a huge difference in that. I think people should know. If you are training to look good and you are starting slim and you are starting big, there's a huge difference. I think typically it's harder for people that start big to keep with it.
I thought it was the other way around.
It's like if you are training from slim, you will see results, and the weight will be a lot heavier for you, but you will see results. You will see your packs, you see your bicep, you see your chest. Big people, it's very hard. They will have to drop a lot before they will actually see muscle on their body. They can be lifting 150 kg, but they will go home, they'll look in the mirror. And if it's aesthetic that they are looking for, they are not seeing it. And that can be very disheartening. Very, very frustrating. Yes. So for big people, slim people, we'll get to you. I mean, everybody has their own way that they should, approach it whenever they're starting.
Yeah.
So I mean, in essence, what we are seeing is that when you are starting, whether it's at whatever point that you decide to start, whether it was a new year, whether you were at home and you felt like you were doing anything, you have to approach fitness as a consistency thing, not a peak and a crest thing, or a crest and a trough. Sorry. You can't just start, you do all your best, you do 6 days a week for 2 weeks and you drop 0 the rest of the year. If you do 3 days a week for 2 to 3 months, I promise you it'll stick. Unless a major thing comes in the way that stops your fitness journey for a while. If you can go to the gym 3 days a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, by the 5th week, it's a habit. And once you have a habit, it's very hard to break it. So
that's very true. So that's being said on how to erase the January curse. But also I would want to add accountability. Fitness has to do a lot. In fitness, you have to do a lot of accountability. And I think if you are documenting your progress, it's easier for you to keep going.
Yeah.
Because if you are, let's say, writing them down, not on your phone, but writing them with pen and in a book, in your notes, on your progress, we usually don't use checking your weights as a level of progress, because it can be very disappointing, as you said. But if you are writing your progress as to what you are able to do in the gym, what you're able to do in terms of fitness, I think you see the need to keep going because you'll be seeing some form of results behind you. And then you feeling good, looking good, this is one of them. Yeah.
I think one thing I also did was that I used to take a lot of pictures. I do, but not so much as I used to do. Funny enough, I actually lost quite a few of them. But I have a lot, don't you worry. You can see my progress. I started 0, a little bit. Then COVID really was what helped a lot. COVID also really helped a lot. It took away those responsibilities that a lot of time. There was absolutely nothing to do but wake up and go gym. So I think COVID really helped with making the majority of my progress. But after that, it was up to me to stick to it because I went right back into very stressful environment where we were doing work. We're going to medical school from like 7 a.m. till occasionally 5 p.m. So there was no time. And yet I met people in the gym at medical school who would wake up at 4 to work out from 4 to 6 and then go to school and then come back to the gym after school ends.
That's
and
a
work out.
dedication.
That's a lot of dedication.
Wow.
So really it's about but you don't necessarily have to be like them. Again, that is their personal journey. For them, they can go to the gym 4 to 5 times a week, and that is what they want. But if your goal is matching up with 3 days a week for now, that's fine. You're being consistent. Eventually, you reach a point where you can increase how much you go, or you can increase the intensity that you are working with, and you can still be making progress. It's all about the first thing is to build a consistency. When you can build a consistency, you're on your fitness journey already, and you make progress.
Yeah. Okay, guys, I think you've heard it all. And I hope you'll be able to break your January curse because there are a lot you can do. There are a lot of potential in you in terms of fitness. and I hope you'll be able to break that generic curse.
So with that being said, I think Physytek has a product for you.
Okay.
This is from Starbound. They are our proud sponsors. And
Nice.
yes, proud sponsors of our podcast, and they want you to have a feel of our products.
Okay.
These are for sports people. Yes, so once you are going to the gym,
Yeah.
you may need to have a trial of it.
Cool gel
Yes.
and warm gel. That's nice. I mean, this is like
This is a whole package.
very nice because
Yeah.
it's like, I mean, whenever you're working out, especially I think for people that do like running or something like that. Where I don't know if you get like shin splits,
Yeah.
that shooting pain in your thighs, in your feet when you're running. I mean, that's from like muscle exhaustion. You can actually use this, especially the cold spray, because you are really
You are developing some cramps in your
you can
muscles.
start with the cold spray,
Yeah.
really cool off, get that relief, and then after you can use the warm gel to
To
just
finish it up.
massage and
So
really
we would
recover.
want you to have a feel of it.
Yeah.
Maybe after a strong workout, and
Yeah.
you come and give us a testimony on
Definitely.
our.
I'm
next
sure it's been
podcast.
incredible.
Yes.
Yeah, I've used products similar to that before, but I'll make sure that I try it out.
Yeah.
Show you tell you.
Yeah, I'm sure everybody will be expecting your feedback.
Of
So,
course.
okay, guys. So this has been with Physytek. We hope to see you in our next episode. Bye.